get a lot of those.
Hey guys, it's Olivia, and today I'm going to be showing you my stationery organization.
Done is better than perfect, and it's no. The algorithm works best if you make certain.
If only I could make him understand.
So in my jars section, the first jar I put my Papermate flare pens in. I really love these. I use them for bullet journaling. I use them for a lot of different things. I have a lot of the colors. I think I have all of them. I have duplicates as well, but I keep those in the jars because I like them and they all kind of fit all snugly and cute. The next one, these are my like everyday type things. So it's like my Pentel Energel pens, my Zebra Sarasa pens, my like felt tip pens, my gray pen, my white pen, the pens I really use to bullet journal to like do my black lines and to fill in the bullet journal. Like those are my pens, like my favorites. And here I put my sketch markers. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really use my sketch markers as much as I probably should because I don't like how much they bleed in bullet journals, but they smell good. So I keep them around. So yeah, they're really great. I love them regardless of if I use them a lot or not. In here I keep my Crayola double-sided markers. Some are chisel tip and some are brush pens. I use these for bullet journaling, like to color stuff in when I'm not using my super tips. I got these before my super tips and I don't really want to get rid of them because they're still like good pens and stuff. I just don't use them as much because I do have my super tips now, but they're still good. And then in here I put my Bic Intensity pens. I have the thick ones and the thin ones. I use these for bullet journaling just as well as I use the Papermate flare pens because they're pretty good and they're like good thin or thick lines and they don't bleed as well as other like ones like this. They don't really bleed. I'm really struggling to put these in the mason jar, but I keep them all in the mason jar because they fit all nicely and they're cute and stuff. But yeah, I use these a lot and to make my notes look pretty. The next jar I put all my mild liners in. I use my mild little brush pens in here and my mild little chisel tip. I just put them both in like one thing because I use them for very similar needs. Like I use calligraphy with the chisel tips just as much as I use it with the brush pens, because if I'm going to use a brush pen, I'm not going to use my mild liner brush pens. But yeah, I keep them all in one jar. They struggle to fit, but I still keep them all in one jar. Then in the next jar, I put all my brush pens. I put my Tombow brush pens and my Ecoline brush pens all in one jar because they're all brush pens. I have a lot more Tombow brush pens than I do Ecoline because I just started collecting my Ecoline pens, but I'm in love with them. Like I'm falling in love with them every day. When I make my to-do list, like these are the pens that I use and I love them. This is like a video of just me geeking out about stationery, but yeah, these are my brush pens and I keep them all in one jar because I use them for similar needs regardless of the Tombow or Ecoline. The next jar that I put in is all my other highlighters, like my highlighters that are not mild liners. So like my Crayola Take Note ones and my Sharpie ones, just basic like ones that you get from like Target or Walmart. Next one I put all my Faber-Castell like pens in, so except for the fine tip ones because the fine tip ones go on my everyday one, but these are where I put my like brush pens and my Posca pens. I only have white Posca, but that's okay because I only use white Posca. But yeah, I put all those in one jar because it makes the most sense for me. And the next jar I put all of like my miscellaneous ones. So like I have some thicker highlighters, some Sharpies, my calligraphy pens, markers from IKEA that I love but like didn't have a place to put anywhere else, so I just keep them all in here. It's just the way that it's worked for me. Struggling to put them in big time. Then I take the jar away for a second because it really was really hard to put those things in. But yeah, I keep them all in one jar because they really didn't have another place. Like any of them didn't really have another place, so it's just easiest to keep them all in one place. Yeah, next jar I put all my chalkboard markers because I have a chalkboard in my room, so I keep all the markers just in one jar because it's easier that way. And they all fit all nicely and cute and they're good markers. I like them a lot. And this is where I keep all my markers. I keep them all in these jars in the corner of my desk, and this is like what they look like, and then that's my other side of my desk and the tripod that I was using to film these. Yeah, this is just where I keep them all because that's just where I like to keep them. I could keep them on my other desk, but I like to keep them where I normally like use them. Next, this is on my washi tape. I have a lot of washi tape, not gonna lie. Excuse me. I have a lot of washi tape. This is just little like thing one of it. I'm collecting more because I just started getting into washi tape, and now I'm like high key in love with it. And this is my other drawer of washi. This one you can tell I'm kind of trying to organize a little bit better, because I used to organize something like that, and then they kept falling over because I don't have enough yet. When I get more, they'll be organized like that, but I'm just not there quite yet. But yeah, I keep all my washis together. They all go in my top drawer, which you'll see in a second, because it's just easiest. So like if I'm like, hey, I want to use washi tape for my notes or my bullet journal, I just grab them and it works. And then this is where I keep them. I keep them in my top drawer of my Alex drawers. You can tell there's also like deodorant and my AirPods and things and scissors on the other side of it, but that's just where I put my washi tape. In here, I keep all my Crayola Super Tips. Crayola Super Tips are like my favorite piece of stationery that I have. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, it's amazing to a point where, like, unbelievably amazing. But they're just so cute and they look so good, and I like them a lot. And then I keep them all in one bin in one of my drawers. I like to organize them to the side, which was annoying me, so I fixed them because I'm kind of a neat freak sometimes, but yeah. And then in this one, I keep all my thick Crayola markers, because like everyone has these thick Crayola markers. Like, you can't tell me that you never had these as a kid. And I refuse to throw them away because they're perfectly good markers. I don't use them as much as I use my Crayola Super Tips because I like the smaller chisel instead of the thick one. But I still love them, and I'm never gonna get rid of them, ever. Until I decide I'm done with stationery, which I don't think will ever happen, so it's okay. Yeah. Then in here, I keep all my colored pens. I keep my Paper Mate Inkjoy pens in here. I keep my Zebra Sarasa pens in there. I keep my colored Pentel Energel pens in there. I just keep like all of them in there. Let's just say this bin is way too small for the amount of pens that I keep in it. I also keep my Jelly Roll pens in there as well because I like my Jelly Roll pens. But yeah, that's kind of just where I keep them. I try to keep them all together because they're all similar. And then in here, I put all my like thicker highlighters, so my erasable highlighters and my Stabilo Boss highlighters, because those are my new obsession. So I keep them all together because they're all my thick highlighters that don't fit in a jar. So they go in a little bin. And then in here, I keep all my pencils, pencil things. I keep my blending stubs. I keep my lead in there. I keep my erasers in there. I keep my mechanical pencils and my regular pencils. I really truly just keep every single thing that could be penciled in there, except for my like zebra pen, my zebra pencil M301, because that was my everyday one. And this is where I keep all my stationery. You can tell there are my Crayola Super Tips and the blurry camera. There are my like bigger Crayola. There are my colored pens, and there are my letters. And then I keep whiteout and a ruler and more whiteout because I like whiteout. I'm really sorry this is shaking. Like, that probably annoys you. I keep my staplers back there as well. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
you.